As we finish up this 90 days of product education, I have something that I want to talk to you about today that probably should have gone at the beginning of this series, but it's a question that I had today that quite a lot of people have, especially when they're first starting out. It is, what do I do if I have a reaction to an oil on my skin? So the question came in today. A lady had given an oil to a friend and it had caused a skin reaction. So what are you to do in that situation? I am no doctor, I'm no chemist, so I'm just going to speak from personal experience and from some things that I read in the reference guide. And then I'm going to tell you some personal stories too. I'm going to try and keep this to the normal 5 minutes, but I'm thinking it's going to take a little longer than 5 minutes just because of the stories that I have to tell. So first of all, what do you do in the situation if you have a reaction to the skin? What could that be caused by? There are many, many things that could be caused by. You could have an allergy to something in that. I know a lot of people have different opinions about whether or not you can be allergic to oils or whether you can't. I will say I have a friend who is allergic to cinnamon in all forms. And when she accidentally used Thieves foaming hand soap, she had a reaction to that because she's allergic to cinnamon. Guys, I'm not going to tell you that that's not a logical thing that happened to her. Again, I am not a chemist. I am not a scientist, so I am not going to speak to all the chemistry behind that, but that is one experience that somebody personally that I know has had. I will say when I first started using essential oils and natural products, I had various reactions due to a detox process in my body. I am going to turn 40 this year. I started using essential oils about 5 years ago. So I've had 35 years of toxins that I've put into my body, especially deodorants. So my mother is a breast cancer survivor. And when I started this whole natural living journey, something that I quickly learned about and figured out was about aluminum in deodorants being bad and potentially a cause for breast cancer. And so that is one of the first things that I cut out was the aluminum in my deodorant. When I started using natural deodorant from Young Living or wherever it was from, it actually wasn't from Young Living. I had made my own and tried various natural ones. There was a detox process that happened under my arms because I had, if I started using deodorant at 10, let's say, I had 25, is that right? 25 years of potentially toxic chemicals that I was putting under my arms that were, going into my lymph nodes, things like that. And so as I was using natural products, it was naturally pulling those out because toxins are stored in the body. So I was having a detox reaction. It's very likely that potentially a reaction that you might have could be a detox on your body. I have also had detox reaction on my wrist. And so where do you normally put perfume? On your wrist, right? And so I have had these reactions. Now you can either think, oh, it's attributed to an oil, or you can think, is this a reaction to something that has been stored in my body for a long period of time? There are other things that could contribute to a reaction when you use an oil. Are you stressed? Are you eating inflammatory foods? Are you in a toxic work environment? Are there other environmental toxins around you that could truly be the cause of this reaction? So let's talk about the stress aspect of it. Hopefully my mom will be okay with me talking about this. If not, then sorry, Mom. If you don't know, my sister passed away a little over a month ago. And it has been a very stressful time for my mom and for the rest of the family. The whole last half of 2018 was an incredibly stressful and emotional time. My mom had some dry spots under her eyes, and she was using our Essential Beauty Serum, which I love, and it has worked wonderfully for my face. But she started using that on just the dryness under her eyes. And I think it was like a week or so after my sister's funeral, after all that stress and crying and things like that, she started to get like really, really red and puffy under here. And she was trying to figure out what it could be. She's like, is it the serum? Could it be the serum? And I said, I really don't think so. I really think that it's possibly even a detox, from all of the chemicals in 45 years that you've put on your face, all the night creams and things like that. One of her nurse friends said, I really think it's stress. You have to look at all of the different things that could be contributing to the things that are going on in your body, especially if you're using essential oils for the first time. There could be a natural detox process that's happening. I want to say one other story, and this does not have to do with essential oils. This actually has to do with a friend who had skin cancer. So I just thought of this as I was driving home today, and I thought this really probably is on the line. I might be even crossing the line, but I'm not talking about essential oils, okay? I'm talking about a lady who had skin cancer on her face. And she's one of my friends, and she very publicly posted this. She had a precancerous spot on her face, and she was using some chemotherapy cream. So she was using it on her face, and as she was using it, the spot was getting red, and then it kept getting larger and larger, and she kept using the cream on her face as it was getting larger and larger because there were precancerous cells on her face. Now, you have to think, her doctor had her continue using that because it was killing the precancerous spots on her face, right? So this was a chemotherapy cream. Again, I'm not talking about essential oils, but this was something that was causing an obvious skin reaction, but there was a purpose for it, right? There was a purpose. It was killing something on her skin. Now, as I said, I was not talking about essential oils with that, but that made me think. Thinking of that story made me think, our body is storing up toxins. So what if a reaction that you're having is simply because toxins are coming out, right? Again, I'm not prescribing or claiming or, diagnosing anything, but most times when there is a reaction, it is truly a detox reaction because we've had so many different toxins that have gone into our body, environmental toxins that we put on not knowing, with our skincare products or sunscreen, whatever it might be. And I'm only talking about Young Living if you have a reaction to Young Living oils. I'm not talking about oils from the store, oils from the grocery store, even say on the package, don't use on your skin. I can't speak to anything else because I don't know how they're produced, but I'm speaking only about Young Living oils. So what do you do if you do have a reaction? You kind of have to think, what could be causing this reaction? Is it truly the oil? Is it potentially chemicals that I've put, perfumes that I've put, skincare that I've put in that specific area that might be coming out? So you have to decide what the root cause might be. Maybe it's stop using that oil in that specific place. If you're using oils, like say you're using oils for head tension and you have some sort of reaction, maybe put the oils on your feet instead and see how that works for you. Maybe it's drinking more water to help that detoxification process to happen. I'm kind of blabbering now. I'm holding my phone, but I do want to read one thing from this reference guide that I thought was really helpful. Hopefully this video has been helpful. This is what, like when I don't have notes, I kind of just speak from the heart and speak from my mind. So hopefully it has been clear for you. So this reference guide talks about before you start with essential oils, and it talks about detoxification. It says, use a small amount when applying essential oils to skin that may carry residue from cosmetics, personal care products, soaps, and cleansers containing synthetic chemicals. Some of them, especially petroleum-based chemicals, can penetrate and remain in the skin and fatty tissues for days and even weeks after use. Essential oils may work against such chemicals and toxins built up in the body from chemicals in food, water, and work environment. If you have this kind of an experience using essential oils, it may be wise to reduce or stop using them for a few days and start an internal cleansing program before resuming regular use of essential oils. In addition, double your water intake and keep flushing those toxins out of your body. So, all of that to say, all of those stories that I've told you from personal experience to say, if you have a reaction to an oil, you need to decide, maybe talk to some people who have been using essential oils longer than you. Figure out what the root cause could truly be. Is it a detoxification? Is it truly a sensitivity to that oil? It could be. It could be. Add more carrier oil, stop using that oil in that place for a certain period of time, and then reuse it again and see if you have that same reaction. And then you'll know whether or not it's the oil or if it's just a spot that needs detoxifying. But don't discredit the essential oil simply because of reaction, because there are hundreds, if not thousands, of things that are going on in your body at one time that could be causing a potential reaction. So I hope that helps. I hope I didn't squirrel off in too many different directions for you. But if you want more science behind the detoxification and things like that, leave a comment. I will find somebody that is a chemist, pharmacist that is way smarter than me that can explain this to you. But again, I just wanted to share from personal experience and personal stories that I've had. So I hope that helps. I hope you'll continue using your oils and loving your oils, because I know for us, we have seen amazing, amazing things happen in terms of our health and wellness, and we just want to share it with the world. So have a great day. Bye.